Hi guys, I'm gonna just provide my first longer video before dinner comes, and I just want to talk about acquisitions and the journey of acquisition. So I want to provide as much value as I can. I want to do these once a week. So let's get into it. Your first step with acquiring your first business, and why are we acquiring businesses for? Really, it's a vehicle and it's a tool to achieve freedom. Freedom to do what you want when you want. Yes, there's always something to do with businesses, but and there's always something to be working on. But the idea is just to, create your own lifestyle, your dream lifestyle, and bring it into reality. So, the most important, foundation for using acquisition as a vehicle to freedom, is mindset. There's a number of prerequisites that are required because you can buy a business, that's fine, but you've got to be able to run the thing, and that's a completely separate entity in and of itself. A deal's hard, but running a business is a lot harder. So you want to keep your mind sharp. You want to keep, you got to have everything under control. Everything from organization, starting, you're an organized individual. You've got clear goals set out. You've got self-esteem and self-belief. If you don't have that, you need to convince your subconscious that you are worthy of doing it. A lot of people, they grow up in families and stuff like that aren't business related, and they think that it's beyond their reach and beyond their potential and beyond their capacity. So you really have to start with having belief in yourself. If I have to sit here and convince you to become free and convince you to buy your own business, then you're wasting your time. You should stop watching this right now. I shouldn't have to convince anyone. I'm not targeting everyone. I'm targeting a select group of men that already have that true hunger and true desire for success. The prerequisites mentally is, obsession, big goals, optimism, in a world full of pessimism, toughness as well, being mentally and emotionally tough, being willing to take risks, because when you can't take risks if you don't have a level of optimism. You have to have a masculine frame about you, where you're in your own independent frame, and your frame isn't dictated by, especially a partner, family, anything like that. You need to be in control of your frame, and say, this is what I'm going to be doing, and it's independent of what anyone else thinks, and it's your number one priority. So if your number one priority is success and you're hungry for it, and you believe that you do have a wild potential that's greater than what it is now, then that's a fantastic starting point. So that's the mindset part. In terms of, all right, well, how do we begin to acquire a business? Well, the first thing we've got to do is put together a team. We've got to put together a lawyer, an accountant, and an industry expert. So what I'd be recommending that you do is set up a LinkedIn account, professional LinkedIn account, clean, nothing fake on there. And basically, you want to recruit your team off there. So look for people that have experience with doing deals, doing acquisitions, because there's many different types of accountants, many different types of lawyers. There's many different types of industry experts as well. And to know what industry expert to pick, you have to obviously pick an industry first. We want to be looking at profitable industries. Industries, if you go on Search Funder and look up IBIS reports, if you get a free Search Funder account, IBIS report, You can look at industries, you want to be looking for 20% plus profit margins. and IBIS reports always understate the level of profitability in an industry. So if it says 10, 15%, then it's probably good to go, because each business will be variable as well. Some businesses, might be 10% profit margin, others might be 30% profit margin. But yeah, you want to pick an industry, not an industry that you love. You want to pick a profitable industry. You're not going to be buying real estate. You're going to be buying the business in and of itself. The going concern is what we call it. And that doesn't have to be a sexy business. You want to be picking an industry, boring businesses are good. Don't pick construction, don't pick restaurants or hospitality, and not anything in real estate. You're not buying the freehold. It's far easier to buy a business than to buy the property attached to it as well. And we'll go into that on, what questions to ask the seller when we start looking for sellers. But yeah, so we're going to be picking an industry, and this is something that I can help you with if you, reach out to me. I can kind of help advise you on what industry to pick. You want to be picking a fragmented industry as well. Industries that are owned by old people, mums and dads, fragmented we call it, that have a potential to consolidate into bigger groups of entities, and that will help us with the exit. So even if your goal is just to have one business, mine isn't. I'm doing a string of acquisitions with the goal to exit. But you want to be picking a fragmented industry. Mums and dads, lots of older owners that can't sell to their kids. No one wants to take it over. They're the kind of industries that we want to be picking. Healthcare's a good one. Healthcare is really a good one. Aged care, home care, dental, medical as well, possibly. So we need to have an understanding about that industry. And the IBIS reports is basically a industry report, very comprehensive, dozens of pages long, and just gives us an overall view of, the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, and obstacles and stuff for the industry. So you want to understand the challenges and everything like that. And that's understanding the industry will form an important part when we go to recruit what we call our star team. So our legal counsel, our accountant, and our industry expert. Pick the industry, assemble our team. So create a sharp LinkedIn profile. Remember, you only have one chance to make a good first impression. When someone looks at you and when someone opens your mouth. So you need to be suit and tie, sharp, professional profile picture, your full correct name, and then what you're intending to do, consolidating fragmented businesses with a view to making an exit. And you're currently looking for your star team. You're currently recruiting a legal counsel, accountant, and industry expert. So we picked the industry, we found our star team, and we've approached them on LinkedIn. I can send you the templates. I've got templates that you can send off. And then after that, then we want to start, looking for businesses, looking for funding, and looking to put together a deal or some potential deals, and then we can select out of multiple deals. So I hope that was a helpful introduction for you and added some value. And I look forward to making another one of these in a week's time. Cheers.